What's going on, Chooms? Welcome to another episode of Night City Council. My name is JonJonTheWise, and I am here with the illustrious mayor of Balancetown himself, the birthday boy, James Hutt. Happy birthday, James.
Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it.
Of course, it's great to have you here. James just came back from Gamacon, so of course we're going to be talking about his experience at Gamacon. It's his birthday. We got Tuesday. Yeah,
nobody calls it Gamacon.
No.
I don't want you to be a clown, man.
Exactly. And then we have two DLCs. We got the Achievements and Lootboxes DLC, which is a really fun... that was the April Fool's one, right?
Mm-hmm. That was our April thing.
It was the April DLC, because, you know, it's always got to be fun on April. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight, and we're going to talk about Listen Up to JonJonTheWise, the DLC of me.
Yeah.
But today's not about me, even though a portion of today will be about me.
It's about the John.
It's about the John.
It's all about John.
Yeah. Well, not only is it James's birthday, but his website for James Hutt Games is up and running. The newsletter, the first newsletter is out. Tell us about it, James.
Okay, so JamesHuttGames.com. That's where you get the newsletter. James Hutt Games is a company I started to make indie stuff. And I'm focusing on brand new games. In fact, the first newsletter shot out yesterday, and it contains within it a link to get the early rules for what happened at Sugarworm Village, which is my first indie project with James Hutt Games. And you can get said link as well if you join the newsletter and wait for this month's newsletter. Anyway, so, join the newsletter, figure out what the game is. It's horror themed. I think you'll like it. Go try it. That's my pitch.
Yeah, I've taken a look at it. It's fun. It's different. It's definitely a party game. It's a game where you get a bunch of people together and have a good laugh. And it's got a lot of fun strategy to it. So, of course, James and I are going to cover it sometime in the future. But today is about Night City Council. We're talking about Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Night City Council. Let's keep it Night City Council.
We're keeping it in the council, the city council, where no one is corrupt in the Night City Council.
No. We got done with the corruption already.
Yeah.
Talked about the indie thing. Now we can talk about the Night City.
Exactly. So, James, talk about Gamma. You went to Gamma. You came back from Gamma. What was the deal?
Okay, so the top story at Gamma, of course, is still the OGL. Because this was the first Gamma after the OGL debacle with Wizards of the Coast. And apparently, every tabletop role-playing game company that isn't D&D has just been receiving hordes and hordes of awesome people who are like, maybe I should look into other tabletop role-playing games, and that's awesome. We of course, have been experiencing that this whole time. We're just happy to figure out that, nope, that's everybody. And that's the main story, I think, of Gamma. Other than that, it's a show where Artel Saurian gets to meet a bunch of awesome retailers. We get to meet your friendly local game store, and it's awesome because they're all really cool. And, we all had a great time and got to eat a lot of really, really big food in Reno. They're going for the casino portion,
Uh-huh.
You get 9 pancakes when you order pancakes, and you don't need that many pancakes, but yeah, that's the basics.
It's not about needing 9 pancakes. It's about the fact that you live in a place where you can have 9 pancakes.
Right, where they give you 9 pancakes.
Yeah.
The over aesthetic.
Yeah, style over substance.
It's the aesthetic of more.
Yeah. So that's amazing. Can you give me insight as to what's the difference between Gamma and as far as your personal experience? I know it's supposed to be like retailers, but you guys ran games and stuff for these retailers as well?
No, we didn't actually.
Oh, interesting.
This is a business show, so it's us and people who work with us and retailers. It's like a game. Think of it as a game convention where instead of fans, they're all people who own comic book stores, board game shops, etc. And those are the people coming to the booth. So
Gotcha.
so they all want to know about the new thing, and you gotta tell them about your game, and make great relationships, listen to their concerns. That's the gist of it. Then, talk to other industry people if you get a moment. But we're really there for the retailers.
Nice, that's good. Anything? Did you find some other games that you got interested in? Other companies?
Oh yeah, there's so much. Every time there's so much cool stuff you discover, new stuff. Because I try to have abreast of what's going on in the industry, but there's nothing like going to an industry show to learn it. And because everybody has blind spots,
Yeah.
And it's just a great, you get so much information. You get really jazzed to make new things when you go. That's what I like about it.
Nice, that's good. So you had a lot of fun. It was safe.
Stuff,
Say
makes
it
you want to
again?
make. You get to see everybody else's cool stuff, and then it makes you want to make cool stuff.
Yeah, inspiration basically. No pun
For
intended with the OGL D&D thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. Well, we're glad that you got back safely and you're able to join us for your birthday, James. So let's talk about, is there anything else about Gamma that is of note?
No, we didn't really announce anything, and well, we had announced the Edge Runners box, the Edge Runners mission kit, and because of that, that was the last announcement I think we really had. Danger Gal dossier is we're working toward it. We're getting close, and I think we've already announced everything is the thing.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can find at rtelsoriangames.com. If you check out the blog, there's previews of Danger Gal, the gangs that you'll be seeing in Danger Gal, and something really awesome. Your boy isn't the only one that collabed with Artelsorian. There's a bunch of other awesome creators that all collaborated with Artelsorian for Danger Gal to write about the bozos, the maelstrom.
Sure.
It's good stuff. So check all that out on the website and social media. But today we're going to be talking about me. The DLC is me. Listen up to JonJonTheWise, the DLC for March, which we hadn't talked about just because of scheduling and the way that things came out and all that. So now is the time. It's obviously one of the biggest honors of my life to, first my name is in the core rulebook and I'm like, how could it get better than that? You know what I mean? And then now there's a DLC, there's artwork. I spoke to the artist. He's a great person and gave me their insight and I thank them. And the title is Listen Up to JonJonTheWise, one of the best game master guides to ever exist. Listen up, you primitive screwheads. I'm kind of living in that shadow and I can't believe that my name is up there with Listen Up. But yeah, so I could geek out on this DLC, but it's basically a bunch of my homebrew ideas from a recent video that I did, my 12 homebrews for Cyberpunk Red. I got in contact with Artelsorian. There's a collab, long time coming. We got together and the cool folks at Artelsorian said, we would like to portray some of these rules and we'll help you, make sure they're balanced and they're good and all that. And now we have an up-to-date 4 rules. Oops, I forgot. Is it 4? Do you remember?
It's been 2 months and I just came back from a trade show. You aren't going to get a good answer from me.
5 rules. It's 5 rules. There we go.
Such it is.
It is 5 rules. The 3 goon method, my easy way of making NPCs on the fly for fighting. This has definitely been looked at again. We looked at it at different angles and we refined it. And this is like a final version of the 3 goon method. So those of you that have watched my video, I implore you to check out this PDF because this is the complete version of my rule set. thanks to James and Jay. By the way, what's your take on collaborating with a content creator and making a DLC like this?
Oh, well, they're really difficult to work with. And what do you want from me? It was great.
It was a diva moment.
It's
Yeah.
no, it's cool. It's definitely something that we're looking to do, as the opportunity arises. It's I don't know. I liked it. It was good. I don't have more more detailed thoughts than that.
That's okay. It can be good. It's better than not being good. All right.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
I was a diva.
No.
I know. I'm easy to work with. So yeah, there's some other rules in there. I ask all of you to check it out. Maybe you can use it for your table and enjoy the DLC. Other than that, the really cool thing about the DLC is at the end of the DLC, there are these stat blocks that you can print out and fill out for easy, average, and elite goons for my 3 goon method. And that's something that I was going to hopefully do on my own, but you guys jumped it ahead of me and did it. And I was like, oh my God, when I saw that, my heart just filled with joy.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to throw them out.
Yeah, I love that. So, thank
now,
you.
If you were to get them, print them out, laminate them, cut them out, you could use like a dry erase and make a little reminder card system.
Yeah.
That's what it made me.
So yeah, other than that, that's about it for that DLC. Let's talk about achievements and loot boxes. A really fun April DLC where James, tell us about this thing.
So achievements and loot boxes is a fun subsystem, kind of like the tarot deck is a fun subsystem that rewards players for doing stuff in Night City. That's cool. It rewards them with a fittingly Night City reward, which is something that maybe they'll find use of. Maybe they'll get like a tech tool, and they're like, I already have one. It's in universe. It's a product from Mr. Amaze at Dock 13, South Night City.
Mystery reward achievements making you attain the zenith of existence program.
Yeah, it's the Mr. Amaze program.
Yeah,
where when you do achievement things like kill a couple of people at the same time with one grenade, or you attain a certain rank of reputation, essentially you look behind you and somebody has left a large crate of dubious sort, and inside of it is your item. Another thing that it does is it tackles the what if I had inspiration in Cyberpunk Red idea, because in addition to being able to spend your achievement point, the point that you get from getting an achievement, in addition to being able to spend them to get a physical item at random, you could also spend them to affect a reroll on table. And since these are so sparing, these are done sparingly, and if you get an achievement, that it's a group achievement, it makes the rerolls the correct amount of valuable, so that they won't be like misused or overused or break the balance of your encounters. It also contains a system to make your own loot boxes. If you run out from this, or you just want your own touch on them. Anyway,
yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, the DLC, like all the other DLCs before it, is something that you can tangibly use in your games. The achievements are really, really fun. There's some really cool ones there.
Favorite achievements?
Yeah, we definitely have to talk favorite achievements. I'm trying to find the one where everybody showed up. Which one was that?
Okay, that's
Perfect attendance. Have every player in your group show up on time for 3 successive sessions.
Yeah, so if they do that, as far as I'm concerned, they can have an achievement in game.
Yeah, and it says on time, so it's not just showing up.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody gets that. 15 minutes of fame, reach reputation level 7. You know, until I saw that, I realized, you know, if a character has a reputation of a 7, they're going to be pretty well known everywhere that they go. I wonder if that's a big problem or not. You know, does that mean you've reached the end of your character's like that's a level 20 character, you know what I mean?
Well, you can get to reputation 10.
Yeah, of course.
I think that means that you gotta, you know, maybe you put on a ski mask if you want to do something else. You know what I mean? It's just you're certainly very good at face downs at that point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it the end point of your character. I would consider it your character is finally a Night City big deal.
There you go. That's fun. I like that. Yeah, I like the idea of losing a little reputation over time because you kind of lay low and maybe people forget about you.
Yeah, with that goes in the rules, but it's not.
Yeah, true. And then there's one of my other favorite ones, Gamer. Complete a dungeon and elf lines online without any elf in your party dying. So
there you go.
You have an excuse to play elf lines if you haven't already.
There are also, you know, excuses to go on a date using the Date Path DLC from last year. Last year, right?
Yeah.
February last year.
It was last year, yeah.
Valentine's DLC.
Yep.
Plenty of just fun things to honestly do in Night City on the achievements list.
Yeah, Vengeance. Kill a character directly responsible for a player character's death.
It's pretty fun.
That's good. I like that. So yeah, all of these are really fun. And then at the end of the day, you get these cool loot boxes. The Table of Mystery. It's a D10 chart. And then from there, you roll on a D6 chart, depending on what your result on the D10 was. And that's where you will gain an item. Some of them are cool things. Some of them are not so cool. I mean, depending who you are, you know, you might need binoculars or you might need tear gas grenades. So you never know what you're going to get in this program.
So each of the boxes is also slightly themed. I had a really fun time coming up with some of these themed names. Like they all have sort of like weird names, right?
Yeah, we have. I'll read some of it. A box bound tightly in rope. A box marked with a lime green X. A box reeking of oil. And that's just some of the 10. There's also one dripping with wet fluid.
There you go.
Of course, get some dice here so we can roll on this thing.
Oh yeah, roll it out. I'll get some dice as well. We'll both open 3 loot boxes.
Oh yes, and then we have to. Our characters have to imaginary fight each other and see who wins.
Sounds very fun.
Depending on the 3 items that we have, who will win in a combat situation.
We'll see who opens the better loot boxes.
Okay, so this is like drafting in Magic, right?
Hey, it's fun. I mean, come on. A couple rolls box table is it's a good time. You can use it for other player rewards too, I guess.
Yeah, it's also just fun to go down the list, and because I'm sure your gaming group already has achieved some of the things in the achievements.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the bat, you can give your characters some achievement points, and then they look at the other things and they're like, hey, you know, that's a motivation to do random things and shenanigans during our game.
For sure.
All right, I'll do the first box. We got a 6, a box marked with a lime green X.
That's an Xbox.
Okay.
I'm just telling everyone that doesn't get the joke. That's
Got
an
it.
Xbox.
It is an
The
X.
joke Xbox.
I got it.
This is an achievement. I'm sorry.
I got the modular finger cyber hand. Is that the Dynalar one?
It's a Dynalar product. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. That's from Black Chrome, right?
Yep, that's from Black Chrome. Some of these are from Black Chrome. You can re-roll it if you don't have Black Chrome. That's okay.
Yeah, but come on, you got to get it. I'll just keep going till I have 3. 9. 9 is a box of reeking oil. And I got 5. Sniping scope. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 7 and a 4. All right. A box melted out of shape. And 4, it is a fully loaded Stolo Boy ST5 assault rifle from the 12 Days of Gunmas DLC.
Exciting.
I have a scope for it. I got a crazy cyber finger. Doesn't look good for you.
Good rolls.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what loot boxes are like. It's pay to win.
I got 4 and then 5.
All right. A box freezing cold to the touch. An air hypo loaded with prime time from Hornet's Pharmacy DLC.
Ooh, I like that.
Good start.
Drugs. Shouldn't have said that out loud on YouTube. 7 and then 5.
All right. Another box melted out of shape. And you got a fully loaded Everest Ventureware Survival Master from Black Chrome Plus DLC.
Yes. The gun everyone has an opinion about. Exciting.
Which one was that one? The Everest Ventureware?
Crossbow on top of an assault rifle.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, why would I want that? And then you were like, you buy that in real life?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want that?
2, 3.
All right, 2 is a box covered in chip paint, and you got a bicycle from the Spinning Your Wheels DLC.
I love it. You ain't gonna. I got a bicycle.
I don't think I got you on this.
I'm on drugs, on a bicycle, with my degenerate crossbow gun.
It's
curtains for you. It's curtains for you, John.
Yeah, I'm trying to line up the shot. And even though I have this like cyber finger with the scope, you're just running circles around me, hitting me with bolts. And then when you get tired of shooting me with bolts, you can just activate the assault rifle.
Fair enough.
So there you go. That's a little game. That's a little game you can play with your players.
Yeah, fun times. You could just as easily have that be the pay to win mechanic inside the app. What app is it called?
The Ziggurat app. What is it called?
In Black Chrome.
Oh, Digital Gladiator?
Digital Gladiators. That could literally be a loot box system inside Digital Gladiators.
That's
if
genius.
You want.
That's genius. I like that. That's a part of the game.
There you go. So yeah. Coolest part about these DLCs is they're modular pieces that you can use the way you want to in your game.
Yeah. And then at the end, you can get these badges printed. And you can give these achievement badges to players. There's even 5 blank ones, so you can invent your own achievements, which is a nice little touch.
Jay Gray had a bunch of fun making cute little achievement badges. So please print them out, hand them to your players when you get them, put them on the bottom of the screen, put them on hold them there for a couple of seconds before handing them to the player.
I love it. Okay.
Popsicle cause them to come up.
Well, there you go, folks. Achievements and DLCs, listen up. And that's about it. Now we're going to start a new segment to the show. Chooms. We did ask you all to write in if you had any stories about stuff that's going on in your games. If you want some some insight, some advice, or anything like that. And we got one from Eric from Ontario. Hello, Eric. Thank you.
Hello.
So Eric says, first off, I want to say thank you for both of your commitment to this community and help to bring Mike Pondsmith's Cyberpunk universe to the legendary status it deserves. We're making it legendary, James. And I speak for James and I say, we're happy to do it for you folks.
Absolutely, we are.
So Eric says, I figured I would share my experience transferring 5-player characters to the Red system from 2020 and how I made it work narratively. That's nice. I like that. The 2020 rule set campaign concluded with an epic assassination of an Arasaka exec in Night City. Coincidentally, the same evening as the Night City Holocaust. I don't remember. Is that the whole Johnny Silverhand incident?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Nuclear Holocaust.
Gotcha. After the takedown of the target on a skyscraper helipad, they destroyed an incoming AV-4, got involved in a car chase, dodged some Arasaka Militech troops, and eventually managed to escape into the wasteland with a nuke detonating in the background. So, oof. So it was directly involved with what was going on. Like, not directly, but indirectly a part of it.
They softened up so Johnny could get in there, I see.
Yeah.
Without them, probably wouldn't have worked out.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the way campaigns should be. It should be your players being the stars of the story. And Johnny Silverhand and his crew are just there to assist you.
Exactly.
So the payout from the job was subsequently wired to a contact who would place them in cryogenic stasis until things in Night City had calmed down. Whoa. That took a turn. Clearing the players of 500,000 eddies they just got from the job and creating the jump to 2045. Cryogenically frozen in the 2020 era. Come back 25 years later and you have money in your bank account. Is that the idea?
Good way to do it. I mean, if it seemed like it really worked for the narrative.
Yeah. My only my only question is, how did their funds get transferred over? Because there was the third corporate war, right? And banks failed. So does that mean they lost all their money? What, you know what I mean?
Well, I think at that point, maybe some of it was in a secure thing or whatever. That's all story. That's all story. So it's how the GM wants them to enter in the new campaign. Because I know there are some GMs that would be like, I want to do a. It seems like the cost of the cryogenic freezing was there. Like, okay, I want to bring them down to this level for balance, so I can tell this level of story.
Yeah, and also them finding their money could be the campaign. You know what I mean?
True.
So there you go. So anyway, at this point, the players roll up on a facility under an abandoned gas station and are introduced to Ice Pick, Hannibal Chu from Blade Runner, basically, who presents the players with a piece of paper similar to the red rule set character sheet. Based on this information, Ice Pick will run simulations on the characters while they are put under, like in the Matrix. This gives the players opportunity to change roles, respec while keeping all of their gear, which turned out to be super easy thanks to Old Guns Never Die.
Hey, he likes Old Guns Never Die. Yeah.
So during okay, so that's what's going on during their cryogenic sleep.
Okay, so it's like a cryogenic half mind sleep.
Yeah.
Thing. I like it.
Yeah, so
works.
It works. They have all their stuff. It's like the hyperbolic time chamber kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes enough sense for the fiction, you know?
Yeah, I agree. So
is like that sometimes. It needs to make just enough sense.
It's feasible. Yeah, totally. The crew is abruptly awakened to find the cryo system in decay and an audio log from Icepick explaining his difficulties with raiders and if they survive to find his estranged son, Three Piece, in Night City. On the roof, they discover his skeleton and a pile of shell casings with the rusted out husks of the player's endgame weapons. Oh, he used all their weapons to defend himself. He used to defend the gas station with. The players then made their way on foot to a neighboring town, and after dealing with some raiders, are headed for Night City in a beat-up ground car. So the world went to shit, and that means that cryogenic area was not as safe as it used to be.
I just have to say it. Too many words have been said for me not to make this comment. The terms gas station, cryogenic, and raiders were used within the same 30 seconds, which to me only means Fallout 4.
Yeah.
That is my one comment. We're going to move forward. And go find this guy is your first mission after cryogenic freezing. I love it. And great use of 3-piece.
Yeah. That it's definitely inspired by Fallout. There's Blade Runner vibes too as well. So, and Matrix.
I like it.
Yeah, it's great. So hopefully this provides some inspiration to GMs out there trying to bridge the gap between 2020 and Red. The experience with my group could not have gone smoother, and everyone is really happy with all the combat/net running changes that have been made to keep things moving quickly. Thanks for everything you guys do. Cyberpunk Red is amazing. So that is an interesting way to get your characters from 2020 to the Red era, because it is 25 years later in the future. So Eric is tackling with the fact that I don't want 25-year-older characters. You know what I mean?
That's a cool way to do it if you don't want that. Some people might want, hey, I want to play my guy from 2020 as an old dude. You know, I want to play. I was 16 in 2020, and I want to play an older man.
Yeah, I like it. I made an NPC once who was like a retired, not retired, a veteran from the Southam War who's now a cop in Night City. So he's like this old, grumpy asshole of a cop that has seen some shit. And it's like 2045 and the world's still around. So I like exploring that idea. Other than that, what do you think about bridging the gap from 2020 to Red and changing characters in that Matrix world?
I think that's a cool way to do it. That's what they wanted. The key there is that any way that would have basically worked. There was that D&D concept where, my character was a 8th level fighter, but I want to play them as a lower level fighter now because they're a little older. You know, I want them to come down in power. That would be transferring that to Cyberpunk would be a way to do it as well. I think it worked perfectly for the story they wanted to tell, and that speaks to a level of GM flexibility. That's a good skill.
Yeah, it's always good to basically tackle the issue of like, how are we going to do this, and keep the players in mind, and that's what this game master did. Eric thought to himself, you know, the players and their achievements, they can't be thrown to the wayside. We have to make sure that they have their achievements, but also I want them to start from square one. So what's the best way to do it? There has to be a little bit of a feel bad moment. The only feel bad moment was their weapons basically being destroyed.
Yep.
When they woke up. But that is like explained narratively well. You know, the world is not the same place that they left it. Right? So what do you think is a good compromise on getting these end game level characters, bringing them back to square one, but giving them a little bit of something from their past?
I think that that's like this is a talk to your players moment. This is one of those things where the easiest thing to do is to say, hey, I want to run a campaign in 2045 using Cyberpunk Red rules. I kind of want to change some things about your characters in order to keep everything in line. Here's how I want to do it. Just telling them. If they know that this is in service of having even more fun, then they're free to buy in and go along with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might, and you'll get feedback like, okay, cool. I want to try this time. And the more you can know about what your players want to do, the easier it is to give it to them. So it's another opportunity to talk to your players, and every opportunity to talk to your players is an opportunity to make their experience better. So I think communication. I'm trying not to answer every GM question with communicate with your players, because it is something you could probably answer a lot of these questions with that. But here I think it's clear. You're starting a new campaign. You got to talk to your player.
Yeah, because that is what you're doing. You have the same characters, but it's a new campaign, and it's a new system at that too. So that's a double whammy of stuff that's going on. But I think that you guys did a great job. There's a lot of trust in the game master, or else that wouldn't have worked for something like that to happen. And now you guys are off to the races. I would recommend that the entire campaign be about them trying to find their money, find out where it is. Maybe they were robbed. Maybe they weren't robbed. Maybe it was the ownership was passed on to another corporation. They bought all the debt from the other corporation. You know, there's all kinds of ways you can tackle it and try to figure out how they can get their money back. So, land of the freestyle, like they go from state to state. They're just following, trying to find their money. You know what I mean? So, cool. Yeah. All right, folks, that's that. Before we move on, I did want to talk about any games that we've been playing lately. We want to talk to you guys about any tabletop games that we've been playing lately, whether they be Cyberpunk or not, to give you guys insight on what we're doing. So, James, what have you been playing?
I have to be honest, I've been working on Sugarworm, so I've been playing games of Sugarworm Village. I played a one shot with my little brother of Cyberpunk.
Was that his first time playing tabletop games?
Oh, no. Brian, my little brother Brian, and is my best play tester. He's been play testing my games for forever. He'll pick up on all this stuff. He'll be like, "This is like you did in that other one."
That's great.
Or even worse, he'll remember like, "Oh, this is what you did for that adventure that got canceled, right? You just why don't you do something new? You know, I already read that part."
Exposed,
exactly. Oh, he's great.
That's cool.
So that's been fun. I kind of have to play things whenever somebody's like, and this is probably a good learning. Yeah. Whenever somebody's like, I want to play Cyberpunk Red, but I only have one player. The answer there is, well, you kind of got to know what the combat capabilities of that character are, because Lord knows you're going to be like turn to turn trying to balance stuff, because with one player, you put them in like a continental hotel style situation with 6 guys just trying to kill them. They gotta be John Wick in order to get out of the John Wick situation. Anyway, that's fun. Multi-classing is a good way to do that, or just give them lots of role experience.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. What I've done in the past is I'll ask that one player, because if it's a one-on-one game, the entire focus should be that player. His entire background, everybody that he's friends with, enemies with, that's all going in the game. And that's the best way to explore it, in my opinion. So I always ask that player, okay, who are your friends? Who are the people you could count on? We'll make some like NPC sheets for them. We'll theory craft it. Is he really strong? Is he really smart? Do they drive? And we'll make some like NPCs for them. You could even use a 3-goon method and then give them those character sheets. And what?
What's funny about this is that my brother likes to do the exact opposite of what you just said.
Yeah, so that's what I was good.
He's like, and then I pull out a cigarette, and then I look through my phone. Are there any new assassination targets for me?
Okay, the lone operative, right?
He loves to. He's playing this character that's basically evil Bato.
Okay. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, whatever. Like I said, the focus should be the player. If the player wants to do that, then that's what they're going to do. My only issue with it was I realized, like, oh, he's one guy. I can't just send him into like a gang hideout. He's done. You know what I mean? He's cooked.
I don't know, man. You can send a high-end solo into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not going to walk in the door. They're going to attempt a Sam Fisher entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't knock, they explode.
Yeah, fair.
They cave in the entire building. So yeah, I mean, of course, look at it any way you want. Handle it any way you want.
The final bit is in a one-player campaign. That's your opportunity to be what is known as a Monty Hall GM. You know what I mean? Okay. I guess you could have a Rhine metal railgun.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? You're the only one at the table. It's not like anyone else is gonna get upset. Go ahead, kid.
Yeah, it's easy to balance. Have fun. Cut that building in half. Why not?
Yeah.
That's good. So, anything else? Any other games that you can think of?
No? I did some fun board games at Gamma, but that was about it for me.
Okay. For me, we are hopefully going to conclude my Cyberpunk Red campaign. I did talk about it in a previous podcast episode, so I won't go too deep into it. But we are concluding a campaign that has been going on for a long time. One of our players passed away, and his backstory is what's concluding. His backstory was like front and center for our campaign. So the players are doing his work, basically. So it's a very special moment. I've never actually, dealt with something like that. So that's why it's really sentimental. We in our chat, the players are like talking about how they're going to kill this guy, the many different ways they're going to cut him open. The big bad guy at the end. So yeah, it's an easy bad guy to want to kill, and they're finally going to try to kill him. Of course, in our last session, I had him run away, and the players are chasing him, and that's where we ended the session.
Oh, you want to get back in there? I said.
Oh, they're like, I could taste his blood. They want to slaughter him, dude. There isn't anyone on this planet more in danger than that character.
Fair enough.
So yeah, the players are so I definitely have to do a little cat and mouse just to mess with them a little bit and make it more of a payoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going on. I played some Warhammer. There's actually a new Warhammer out called Boarding Actions, which is like a skirmish game. It's small squads, small army versus small army. Games are like an hour long, and there's a new version of Warhammer coming out. So we were like, we don't want to play this old version if we know a new version's coming out. Have you ever felt that before? Like, a new version's coming out of something, and it just kind of turned you off from playing the old version?
I don't know.
I've never felt it. I've never felt it other than Warhammer. For some reason, I have no will to want to play the game now that I know a new version is coming.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's strange.
That's happened to me in a video game maybe once or twice. Like, hey, I know there's a new expansion for WoW coming out. I don't want to play this expansion until the next one comes out. I've also gotten the, like, I'll just wait until the new content with the new season drops in some of these online games.
Yeah.
I felt that, but I feel like that's pretty normal.
Well, this new version is touted to bring in more players, because one of the biggest problems, which you're a testament to, is everybody's trying to get their friends into Warhammer, but it's too complicated. They're like, I can't play this game. new people are completely turned off from it. So they've tackled that completely. There's like cards that have all the information. You have the card in your hand. So stuff like that. So now that we know it's a complete shakeup of the game and we've gotten previews of the new rules, we know that the old rule set is inferior and it's hard to want to play it. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I understand that.
So that's what that is. But this boarding actions game does use the old rule set tweaked a little bit. And it's a lot of fun. Like, we're really into it and we're all playing it. We're going to have a tournament not this weekend, next weekend. We're going to have a tournament and just a friendly local one with our buds. So there's that. But that's pretty much it for my gaming. Oh, we did some party gaming. Are you into party games?
I do like party games here and there in the right setting. I would never be the one to pull them out.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough when I'm with my family. It's my sisters, my wife, their boyfriends and husbands. And I'm like, dude, saying that I like board games is an understatement. Okay. I'm literally ingrained in this culture. You know what I mean? But they don't want to have anything to do with any of my types of games. It's just like, it doesn't work. You ever felt that before?
Yeah. That's why so when I get board games for my own collection, I'm considering, can I play this with somebody who doesn't like games? Can I play this with a neutral enjoyer of a so I'm not like buying Cavernia or Agricola or anything in that area. A little Power Grid on the side.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. If it involves the management of a medieval city, nothing like that. Simple stuff that involves like fruit and numbers. Stuff that's easy to understand. No managing. Oh my gosh, there's this game coming out that's about like making bread and then making beer.
Oh, really? There's a lot of those games out there.
Man, I want to play that, but I know nobody is going to want to play a game about making bread with me.
I know. It's the guy at my local game shop. He's like, you should play this game. It's called Hive. You're honeybees and you're making honey, and you're like, it's like kind of like chess. And I'm like, no one's going to want to play that.
I love Hive, man.
I know. Nobody wants to play it, dude. And I mean, not nobody. I mean, in my group.
Well, if you buy Hive, it lasts forever because it's like made of straight up bulletproof tiles. So
there you go. So
it's a camping game. It's a good camping game to bring when you're camping.
Yeah, that's right. It's a good camping game. We played stuff like Incoherent. Have you ever heard of that? It's like it's this card on the back. It'll say like, Titanic, and then on the front written it says like TAYTLTAIN. I'm saying, I'm butchering it, but basically it doesn't look like it's written as Titanic, but when you read it out loud, your mouth is saying Titanic. So it's one of those games where you're making the noise for the word, but you don't know what the word is. It's really hard to explain. But it's a really fun party game, actually.
It sounds fun.
Yeah. So we did that. Did some Pictionary, which is a classic. But dude, imagine we're playing Pictionary, and I'm like, we could be playing Mansions of Madness. We could be playing Betrayal. Like, Betrayal's so like vanilla nowadays. You know what I mean?
You gotta look at games that can be over 40 minutes.
The rules have to be easy. Like, if I say this is your character sheet, they're done. They're like, oh, I'm checked out.
Yeah, no, it has to be like, you're looking to grab yellow cubes. This is the yellow cube grabbing game.
Yeah.
Here's your big bag. Okay, put your hand in and try to grab as many yellow cubes as you can.
Yeah.
And that has to be.
Yeah, try to get them into Munchkin. They were like, Munchkin's too much. And Munchkin's so easy to play.
People don't like cards, is what I notice, is that the neutral game enjoyers do not like cards, don't like games with cards. Because cards are just places where they can put tons of text.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of text.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
honestly, I play Hive with them faster than you could play Munchkin.
That's probably true. That's probably he recommended it to me. He's like, this will be easy for everybody. So is Hive really good? Should I just get it and try to get him into it?
Hive is extremely good, but it's like a chess style experience. So if you don't want to have a chess style experience, and it's 2-player, so it's
Okay. It's not a party game. Gotcha.
the
Okay.
thing about party games.
Yeah, that's it. Alrighty.
Yeah, all we gotta say.
That's it. That's all you got to say. All right, let's talk about let's answer some questions. We got some questions here while we have a little bit of time left, and then I'm gonna let you go so you can have your birthday festivities. Which, thank you, by the way, for doing the show on your birthday. You're a real Choom.
My birthday. I'm doing all my favorite things.
That's awesome. Great, glad to hear it. All right, here we go. I hope we didn't answer this already. This is from Derek. I'm currently playing an influencer character, and it seems like the time of the red equivalent of using social media, or more accurately, Facebook or Instagram, is by a character managing a ziggurat garden patch. Right? That's like that's the social media of the dark future. My question is if there are plans to implement a system for notable posts on patch to affect character reputation, popularity, or temporary effectiveness of charismatic impact. Maybe it'll be a DLC or something. Basically, I'm asking for an internet clout system. Well, before you answer, James, just for the future, for you guys to know, we can't talk about any future products that haven't already been announced on social media. That's the best place to go and see new things that are coming out, unless James is equipped with, hey, I'm able to come and tell you guys about something. But I do think this is an interesting thing. There is the Ziggurat Garden, and there are characters out there that are influencers. What is your recommendation on how players and game masters can interact with this lore system?
So we already have a system for determining your reputation, and it's the reputation system. If you want to make a big splashy post on the garden, and you want that to have a reputation for doing that, they'll know you by your top video, right? So your character's got to make a bitter, not bitter, sweet. You want sweet. You want like and subscriptions. Hit the bell notification. That's what you want. You need to make a big video, a video bigger than anything you've done before to get the reputation for doing that. So, you know,
you got to go viral.
You have to go viral, and there's plenty of skills that are related to making a video. My advice would be to get the team involved. Hey, I wanna go mega viral. Can somebody help me? I need to like save the last duck in California, or something like that. I don't know. My advice is to play it out on table. If you want that to be a big table thing, you got to play it out on table. You got to get the involvement of your team, and then, you know, play it as if it was a mission.
Yeah, you could totally like War Gonzo, have the media be like embedded with the other players, and throughout the campaign, the media's entire focus is to collect as much content as possible to tell the story that they want to tell, the narrative that they want to set out, whether it's the truth or not. You know, that's up to the player.
Nobody said you had to be a reporter either. If you want to just like go from a rocker boy standpoint, which I think you're a rocker boy, right?
Yeah.
And you want to like, I want to put out a big song. Think about it from a rockstar perspective. I want to put out a hit song. How do I do that? You got to write it. You probably got to make a video. There might be other adventure bits in there. I think that getting buy-in from the team and making it the next thing you guys are doing is cool, and it'll give the GM a chance to have a player-led story versus having like you guys get like constantly attacked by something or put you in a reactive place. Because typically, like, the GM is down to do whatever you want to do most of the time. And if you're not putting things out there that you want to do to them, they'll be like, I gotta have something happen.
Yeah.
So, talk to your GM about it, talk to your players about it, get them bought in on the idea, and then play it out on the table. And the reputation system is the system used for this type of thing. You could also use this as an in-game reason why you're increasing your Rocker Boy level. Yeah, so that's what I gotta say.
Yeah, I like that. It's good to keep in mind the things that are going on in your game as far as like that are outside of combat and social encounters. The Ziggurat Garden Patch is a great divergent from that loop. You know, if you want to keep some variety going in your game, Elflines Online is another one of those things where it's not the regular thing that's going on. It's not, we go to a place, we talk to some people, then we probably kill them. You know what I mean? That's like a loop that happens often. I'm not saying it's not fun. You know, people love that. That's peak cyberpunk. Going to a nightclub, talking to some dudes and fighting them in the parking lot. That's like peak cyberpunk kind of stuff. But in between all that is also stuff like this. You have your garden patch. There's all these supplementary skills that all the other players have, like bureaucracy, library search, you know, all kinds of stuff that they can throw into the mix to achieve whatever goal they need.
Yeah, I mean, just throwing off the top of my head, your videos could be getting demonetized for some reason, and you gotta use bureaucracy to figure out why they're getting demonetized, and it's probably because they think that you're making this cooking videos, but you've never touched a cooking video. Then you realize they have your username misspelled with this other guy, and you got to find this other guy, and I don't know. There's plenty of fun that can be had.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know.
I like that though. I like that idea of an influencer character. That's something that that definitely fits in cyberpunk. It's not the solo, you know, it's something different, and that's what I enjoy about it. And having that in your game, I would definitely explore that as much as possible. So there it is. I think that's it for today. We have 2 minutes, but I don't think it's enough time. No, 1.5 minutes. And it's your birthday. You need to get some rest and relaxation before your nighttime activities. So let's sign off on this one. James, is there anything you want to tell the good folks at home before we adjourn?
No, keep playing some cyberpunk. Talk to your players. Keep having a good week. You rock. That's it.
And then go to JamesHuttGames.com and sign up for the newsletter.
And do that too. Please. We've already got like 25 people from the last time I checked, so that number is going to go up. That's for sure. Get in before it's 100. Get one of the.
Yeah, be a founder. There you go. Be a founder package.
I don't know how to sell this.
Don't worry. We're all here to help you, James, because you make our favorite games. So that's it for Night City Council, folks. Night City Council is adjourned. For the illustrious mayor of Balancetown, James Hutt, and I, JonJonTheWise, we want to thank you all for your support and your love. And we'll see you guys on the next one. All right? Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.